there.
A slow death will
I'm just gonna
be
TP
their
back now.
reward.
He's just fucked if I TP back. Wait, can Renekton shove on one wave? I actually wonder with this Fury. Is that possible? Dude, if Renekton can do that, I would genuinely be surprised. But I'm just gonna TP back because he suffers now. See, this is like the problem with Ignite top lane as well, is that like this guy feels terrible about his life right now because I have Xin Zhao. Honestly, if he hits level 2, I actually think he's kind of fine, right? Because he just heals a lot. He's gonna hit level 2, so I want to avoid the dashy dash. Actually, he kind of gets a crash, doesn't he? Yeah, he kind of does get a crash. I mean, I can probably hold it. The wave is right here. So I'm gonna make it seem like I'm gonna crash. Yeah, I think this is smart. And then I also want to trap him. Like, I could keep him here, right? Or sorry, I could let him recall. Some people would be like, oh, just let him recall because then he'll miss the cannon. But the thing is, I think he's screwed regardless because even though he has an XP advantage on me, I'm pretty sure I can still hold the wave even if he like EWs me and it's empowered. Which is what we're going to test out here in a moment. I knew it. Renekton players will sometimes auto-W the barrel or just W the barrel as is, but you can buffer it. It's a small window, which you can only do, in my opinion, if you're playing on lower ping, but it is something you can do. I'm actually going to skill orange here, and then I'm going to slow push this wave and crash on this wave coming up. The wave after that's cannon, so I'll be fine and I won't miss any minions. You see, Sprite, when we did our coaching session yesterday, when we did the group coaching for everyone, this is what you failed to do, actually. Well, it was the reverse. You should have recalled. But here, I'm setting up a future recall. Fundamentals? I mean, yes, it's important. Fundamentals are important. Now I have 3 barrels up, so I'm going to place a barrel just to kind of guard the wave. If anything, I could have placed it more aggressively. But we need to kind of bully him off the wave right now, and we need to make sure that a barrel lands. I should be fine here. I flash at the last possible second, and I think that's completely fine. Now he's kind of screwed. He kind of has to shove the wave, and this is a cannon wave, so I'm just going to take the recall. And then we're going to buy Sheen, and then we could also buy Boots. But I'm a big believer in, like, you need damage to kill Renekton because, well, like, you need as much damage as possible because if you don't have as much damage as possible, well, Renekton does the funny thing where he gets, like, all of his abilities back up a second time at level 6, and then you're just feeling bad about yourself. You're feeling bad about your life because Renekton got his second Q and his second E up, and then he has 100 Fury because, he, like, it just feels bad. So you need to shut down the Croc. You need to shut down the Croc.
I found my hate in the fire.
Okay, so this is the ideal scenario you want to be in against Renekton. Is like a slow push. Because if you have a huge wave, you can bully Renekton under turret very, very hard. Because you can have a Sheen empowered barrel that he can never E onto, or he loses a big trade. Now this is pre-6, right? Once Renekton hits 6, the entire game changes. Seriously. I've died so many times to just level 6 Renekton. I saw him in a Q timing there, and I'm pretty sure Renekton's locked out of his abilities. I actually don't know this, because it feels like every Renekton just tanks the damage. But I'm pretty sure he's locked out of E if he Qs. Like, I'm pretty sure he's clunky in that sense. Like, he can combine some abilities, but I don't think his... Okay. What? Respect, honestly. Oh my gosh, guy did not want to live. Actually, we can't. He has his passive. I should just run. Now, if Udyr ends up clearing this wave, nope, he doesn't clear it in time. So this wave's gonna slow push back to me. We're chilling. Honestly, Xin Zhao's probably dead. Actually, no, Udyr didn't have Ghost, so he can't even chase down the Xin Zhao. If Udyr had Ghost, he could probably chase down the Xin. Maybe not, though. I can't do much about that. Sorry, I killed the Renekton. Okay, do not get mind controlled. Listen, you, yes, you in chat, I see you. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, you have a 2-0 lead as Gangplank. Let's shit on this guy. He can solo kill me at level 6. Renekton, Aatrox, and pretty much every other bruiser champion in the game can kill Gangplank at level 6. Gangplank doesn't win again until level 7. Unless you're literally like 4-0. Even when you're... Dude, even when you're 4-0, you're still not actually winning. It's crazy, actually. Gangplank is weak as fuck, actually. Where's my 8 buffs? Now, here's what I'm going to do, right? You just saw me use a lot of abilities. I'm not trying to freeze the wave. I'm just trying to get the wave to be in a somewhat lower neutral position. That way, Renekton has a harder time from entering the bush to my barrel. Right? Like, look at this. He still has another dash up. We're just going to avoid it a little bit. He gets slowed. Auto Q. Let's just try and burst him. Zinzal's probably dead, I'll be honest with you. And, like, I can't kill him either. Okay, awesome. Maybe if I use the Q and I save my ore. But you see what I mean, bro? This champion, obviously I could have played a little bit better. But, like, come on. He was 0-2. He was 0-2, man! Like, okay, I know there's a few things here and there that I could have done better. But it's not like he was the most stellar player in the world.
Needed that.
I can't just keep walking forward with Q, because if he flash auto E's me, then I die. Or flashy autos me, then I die before I can do anything else. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use our passive here. And get him like that. This is what I did against Adrian Riven when I played against him yesterday. You, like, make them think that your intention is one thing, and then you switch it up with the one part. And they can, like, never react to it. It's very hard, because to react to a one part, you need to expect it, but it's hard to expect it. Now, a better player might have expected that, because they're like, why is Gangplank tanking with 1 HP? But most players would also think it's a free kill. In the scenario where you're both low HP, they're not thinking very logically. They're like thinking somewhat logically, but only what's needed for the moment. They're not actually thinking what's needed, yeah, they're not actually thinking, like, what my win condition is. You know what I mean? Because any smart player would assess, okay, Gangplank has TP up. There's no reason for him to be doing this. This is weird. You know what I mean? They wouldn't risk it. But you have to be, like, really intelligent to see through that. And not many players are able to do that. So for me, that's a win-win scenario, because Renekton can't flash on me in that position, and I clear the wave. If it misses the Renekton, I recall and TP back, and I lose absolutely nothing. So that is a win-win scenario for me. Now what we're going to try and do is thin the wave out. Actually, we could just hard shove now, honestly. Yeah, we could just hard shove the wave. We have Echo here, we have this guy has no R. This guy should be dead. You're good. Oh. You guys remember when I said he had no R? Yeah, that was me lying. I'm just going to flash on this guy. If I get a crit, he dies. Okay, well, I didn't crit at all, but, I mean, he still died. I was assuming Asol had flash because I have no reason to believe otherwise. So I'm thinking in my head, if I just get the passive off, I can guarantee the Q because of the movement speed. So if one of those crits, then he's for sure dead. Okay, okay, Renekton is out of the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to proxy the wave here. Don't think of this turret as any... It's fine. It's actually fine. It's not even a bad Herald, really. It's fine. I love junglers. It's fine. It's fine. It's honestly fine. All you really need is 2 plates. To proxy so many waves, all you need are 2 plates. So honestly, it's fine. It's so fine. I'm not bothered at all. Now, Renekton is one of those matchups that is very iffy. So, like, even though I could technically snowball by going, like, even though I could technically snowball, right, by just going BF Sword, believe it or not, if I don't get a crit, the fights are still extremely close. So that's pretty much why I like double cloak as a whole. Oh wait, I could have just reached him. Oh, I was like 8. I love Gangplank. Alright. So what are we going to do next? We're not going to shove the wave, right? Because then that opens us up to a deer. We're going to get the best possible outcome, which was going to be to drag the wave downward. That way it's always an honest lane. If I ever have to guess from Renekton, if I ever have to react to him exiting a bush, we're having a reactive lane, but it's not really like a planned lane. It's like kind of lame, you know? Because now if I mess up the timing, because, you know, I'm a normal person, I feel terrible about my life. Oh, I messed up. Oops.
Reckoning approaches.
Is this Challenger? No. Oh, the current rank says Challenger. Oh. Well, unfortunately, I lied to you. I lied to you 2 streams ago. It appears. I didn't fix it. Sorry. Sorry. Now, what are the odds of your ganks? Oh. Acel has given up on top lane. He took 1 barrel, lost half his health. Alright, and now we're gonna walk here. Most top laners would think I recalled. I mean, yeah, most top laners would think I recall here. So, we're gonna use that to our advantage. Alright, let's queue up on the second account. Alright, time to queue up on the second account. This game's over at 15. So what am I going to do now? They're sharing XP. I still have 2 minutes until plates fall. There's literally no reason for me to take the turret. The game's already over. What I will do, however, is usually when people have desperate times like this, they'll do stupid ganks. And when I say stupid ganks, I mean they'll go out of their way to do an extra gank. So my 2 options for warding were not actually here. My 2 options for warding were here and here.
Slow death will be their reward.
That is how you cover stupid ganks. And I call them stupid because they're stupid, but like, it's realistically the last resort type of gank. Yeah, it's realistically the last resort type of gank. I maybe could have ulted earlier knowing that he had Hexa Flash. But if anything, this drags him longer. Like, it drew out the Zinzao. Oh shit, I didn't realize plates were still up. I probably could have denied another cannon wave. Either way, it's not a big deal. See, Echo just died to a stupid gank. What the stupid gank is exactly what we were trying to avoid top lane. It's where they, like, the game is already over, so they just do some stupid stuff. That guy was probably sitting in a bush or sitting in a corner for like 45 seconds or something. Those are stupid ganks, and it feels bad to die to them because you know it's a result of the team being bad, the enemy team being bad, but like you don't foresee it because it's something that doesn't really happen often, right? But once you start stomping people enough, you recognize their shitty patterns, alright? There's actually just shitty patterns that they'll always do. So I could buy Berserker Graves right now, but I feel pretty comfortable with Precision. So I'm just going to go for 70% crit, because again, right now with my Navori Spike, you always want to go to Scanner, because Scanner is just the best. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. It literally doesn't matter what you're trying to achieve. Scanner will 9 times out of 10 be the best option. After Navori, as long as you're not behind, right? Because if you're behind, then it's a different story. You don't want to be face checking. You want to be, you're very afraid. Supposedly this game is my fault because I didn't swap my Renekton and select because I was alt tabbed. My fault, he got gapped. No. Hey yo, what's the name? What's wrong with the name, bro? What's wrong with Coggenbar Torture, huh? You don't like little Coggenbar Torture? What's going on? What? Dude, but how? Dude, this is what I'm talking about, by the way. This is why I hate all minions. Seriously, I hate all minions, bro. Seriously. In what world does that happen? It's always one minion by itself, bro. It's never 10 minions that take the cannon. It's the one heroic melee or caster minion, or 2 of them. They always take the cannon, bro. Seriously. It's so bizarre. I couldn't explain to you. Did I get hit by Acel? I did. I had Leandre's on me. I can't tell you why it happens. Okay, see, watch me cook here. But never mind. I'm about to get cooked. They're trying to stupid gank me. It may seem like I'm stunting myself in items, but I genuinely, I'm not lying when I say this, you are not stunted. After you get 2 items on Gangplank, you are not stunted. Regardless of how much you want to think you're stunted by buying like Berserkers, even if I bought a stopwatch with gold, you're not stunted.
Hang them from the slot.
Navori and level 13 on GP is something that is never to be underestimated, whether you complete the items at like 23 minutes because you're like playing in a competitive setting, or 20 minutes because you're playing a competitive setting, or whether you accomplish it at 14 minutes. It's never a weak spike. So you should never feel bad about being stunted. What does stunted mean? It means, like, essentially, let's imagine that you get so much gold that you complete an item every 5 minutes, right? Essence Reaver 5 minutes, Navori 10, Collector at 15. What ends up happening is, instead of completing that Collector at 15, I complete it at 19 minutes. Or 20 minutes, right? Let's say Essence 5, Navori 10, Collector 20. you could consider myself stunted there, because it took me... You could consider myself stunted at that 10-minute point, because whatever I did was not getting me to my, like, third item. If anything, a better way to say it is, like, let's imagine, right, that you're sitting on a BF sword, a lost chapter, right? Let's imagine that in your inventory, you have a BF sword and a lost chapter, and then you have 4 Tear of the Goddesses. Some would say that you are griefing, but another word for that is you're stunted. Because your items, you have different components, but you're not completing an actual item. Your main focus isn't an actual item. Your main focus is not completing an item. Your focus is on building multiple items. So with BF, with Tier, with Lost Chapter, no item will be completed for a longer range of time because you have so many items. Okay, this is a better definition. You can't buy components. You can't buy a completed item, so you buy components, and as a result, you need more gold in your inventory to complete those items, I would say. Yeah. Honestly, do they even have more health than me? I have 108 on my cut down. Don't forget, chat, I'm trying to play some AP Gangplank today, because we played it, and I think AP Gangplank is going to be viable again. And yes, I say again, because I used to play AP GP. Before Mythics were a thing, I used to play APGP, and I'm not just talking about Triforce Essence Leandries, which I played for a very long time. Even before it was like meta or whatever, right? Could have been a little quicker with that. I'm talking about Triforce Ludens type of build. Yes, that's right. Triforce Ludens. Triforce Ludens into Leandries. That is the build I used to rock back in the day. Back in the day, I used to run that build in North American Challenger.
My vengeance will be bloody.
Seriously. So we're going to be trying our APGP again next game. How did I miss that? Like in the range. Wait, grow up, bro. Look what you did.
I'll burn it all down if I
Look, and now you don't have a thing. Now you don't have anything. Lols. Let him cook. Oh!
I'll take back what's mine.
Ha, what's up, Yems? Yems, you didn't show up to yesterday's lecture. We had 30 people getting coaching yesterday. In my Discord, by the way. 30 people. Last week we only had 14. This week we had 30.
I rarely forget.
We had 30 people in the Discord getting coaching yesterday. We went over 8 VODs. Yes, that's right. 8 VODs. And I uploaded on my Patreon. This was lecture number 2. Class number 2. Number 1 is already on my Patreon, but number 2 is on our Patreon as well. Very good quality, by the way. Imperial Mandate GP? I feel like that's ass, I'm not gonna lie. But if I tried it with Horizon Focus, maybe. Horizon Focus is the most broken item on AP Gangplank, by the way, by a mile. It always does more damage than any Mythic you build. Leandries, Night Harvester, Horizon Focus will always deal more damage. It's really, really OP. And I'm saying this, I'm mentioning it because it might sound a little normal, but you complete it as a 3rd item. This ASOL's probably gonna dash onto me, so I'm gonna have a barrel set up. Like, yes, Nautilus can come after me. In fact, they probably will. Yeah, we have to prepare ourselves. Showtime, boys. Okay. It is what it is. Do I need to explain myself? No. So I won't explain myself. I'm not gonna explain myself. I don't care. Now, how could I have got that kill? Let me tell you guys how I could have got that kill. I had to auto attack. I put the barrel in Acel. I had to flash auto attack him, then do what I did there. So I had to flash auto attack him, then barrel, right? That same barrel in the Acel kills him, and then it also kills it kills the Ezreal or chunks the Nautilus, and then I ult, and then I barrel, or stopwatch if the Nautilus hook or ult is coming at me. Probably the ult, right? And then we're chilling. But I didn't do any of that. Why? Because it's a skill diff. I'm bad. It is what it is, chat. What do you want me to say? I'm a terrible human being. I'm an absolutely shitty person. What do you want me to say? Outplayed. Now you might be saying, solarbacca, where have you ulted? The answer is, it is what it is. Leave me alone. The answer is, it is what it is. Leave me alone. It's fine.
Death will be their reward.
Has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Will you say whether or not you're sure if the fact that the answer to the question is or is not the case? Do you think sometimes if you think that it is, it is? Before was, is.
I am reborn of salt and brine.
Hope that helps. Boom, look at that. English, please, I'm adopted. Did I actually tell you that Patreon isn't free to subs? Please fix. I don't think I understand the question, I'll be honest with you.
Hate is a child's word.
Ice cream, so good. Wait, that guy dies. I actually landed an ult.
Rampage.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't one part there because I thought he was just dead. Dude, I just want to go to my next game.
Shut down.
Can these guys give up?
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Okay, well I said that and they left their Nexus open, so I think they gave up.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
I'm not even gonna type GG, honestly. That was a slaughter.